Hello, hello. Going live here on YouTube and on Instagram. How are you all? Nice to see you. If you are here in the live chat, make sure you come and say hello in the comment section. So I needed to update let me turn the music down a bit. I needed to update my AM routine task card. I want to add a couple of other things moving into the rest of January into February. And so I had been watching Mel Robbins' morning routine. I think it was 5 essential things you should do in the morning. So I thought, I already do those, but I want to make sure I incorporate it in my task card. So I'll explain as I go how I use this as part of my planning, and so hopefully it might inspire you to make your own. So I might as well say it now. What it is it helps prompt you. So if you do have any new habits that you may want to add into your morning routine, whether it's for your mental well-being, your physical, you want to do some workout, add movement, drink more water, maybe journal, meditate. So essentially the task card, you can use it in a couple of different ways, which I'll go through a little bit later on. So at the moment, my morning routine task card is I meditate in the morning, I write down my mood, I do some reading or do some online learning, I do a workout. Well, I try to do a workout. I upload some content on Instagram or on YouTube, have my breakfast and morning skincare. Hello, Grace. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Hello, Bunny Plants. Hi there. I'm coming to you live from Sydney, Australia. It is Sunday morning at 3:22 a.m. Now you're probably going, why the heck, Marianne, are you up this early in the morning? Because Saturday I had a nice big nap in the afternoon, and of course I'm all wide awake now, and it's a great opportunity because the house or my flat is all asleep, so which means I can go and film without the noise. So there you go. That is why I am up. So if you are on Instagram, make sure you say hello in the comment, and also if you are on YouTube. So look, when I'm going to get started, so let me show you what I want to add into my new. So this is my ideal AM routine. So I sort of started it on the 15th. So I want to make sure, of course, drink that glass of water first thing in the morning. So I'll make sure to put in the description in the YouTube description, the podcast that Mel Robbins, that I heard this from, by drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning and then maybe holding off drinking coffee. I pretty much drink coffee as soon as I wake up, and then I start to have 2 to 3 throughout the day. What she had said, so she says, and the studies and research, that if you do drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, hold off drinking your coffee or any form of caffeine. When you do have your caffeine an hour or 90 minutes later, what she found herself was that she then doesn't need a second coffee for the day. Or for me, I'll have a coffee first thing I wake up in the morning, and then again at 10:30, and then who knows, again at 1 o'clock. And so I don't want to do that. I want to try and reduce the coffee. So I want to try and do that first thing in the morning. Take the pill, again from Mel Robbins, high five yourself. So you're looking in the mirror and giving yourself a high five as acknowledgement that I guess you're doing well. And so creating that positive affirmation as first thing. I meditate using the Headspace app. So I do the guided meditation, normally 6 to 10 minutes. I do that. I log down my mood, so how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling that way, and then what I can do to make myself feel better. Then that way it's a lot easier for me to respond to my emotions rather than react, because when it comes to my mood and my temperament, I can go from 0 to 100 and scream my head off and swear my head off. Poor husband and two sons get the brunt of mum's angriness and crankiness. I upload a content, whether on Instagram or on YouTube, go on my walking pad for 10 minutes, do my morning skincare, have breakfast, and then try and do a quick 5-minute tidy up, because I am trying to declutter our apartment. I have lots of stuff. So then I just want to start doing bit by bit rather than, trying to declutter a whole closet, declutter a whole room, maybe just 5-minute tidy up, put a timer either on my phone or on my Apple Watch. And then it's one small step at a time. All right. So that's my ideal morning routine that I want to move into for the rest of January and going into February. So I'm going to replace this one. So this is my current one. So this is sticky note flags. So I bought these ones from Daiso here in Australia. I think they do have Daisos internationally as well. And so this one has 2, 4, 6, 7 on it. But because I want to, I think this one, my ideal morning routine moving forward, has 11. The smaller or skinnier sticky note flag will be the one, and I'm hoping that it will fit 11 routines on there. So I do have the morning routine in my habit tracker, in my A5 size planner organizer. And so, however, because I also plan using a weekly spread or a daily spread, this is, off on another page. So the task card, this do-it-yourself task card, which is inspired by @MaddiePlans on Instagram. And so I saw that, she had these. So these are great prompts, because one of the 4 laws of behavior change when it comes to either creating new habits or building effective habits. My camera is off to the side. It's not in the middle. So sorry if it goes off. So I'll keep it there. One of the 4 laws of behavior change when it comes to creating new habits or being effective at, hitting your habits on a consistent basis. Doesn't mean you have to do it each and every day, but a consistent basis is to make it obvious. And of course, I do have my planner, A5 planner, on my desk most of the time, but then this spread or this page isn't always the one that's open. So, sometimes I'll go, oh, what's next? Or I'll procrastinate, or I'll get distracted and do some other things instead of the things that I'm supposed to do. So this one sits on my desk. I have this little wooden, let me see if I can show you. I've blue tacked it down. So I have, can you see? Let me see if I can change camera. So see how there, it's this one is from Minimal Desk Setup. They do have accompanying habit tracker cards that you can put in there, or a weekly task card that's on there. But I actually use it to hold my little Hobonichi basic stencil, so that lives there, so it's nice and handy. I've got my I think this is the Zebra Blend 4+S pencil and for ink, and then I have the Uniball 0.38 pen. So I have the prompt cards, as you can see there's one there. I have that sitting there, and then I have that on my IKEA drawer. Let me see if I can pivot the camera that way. See, it's there, so then it's visible. Remember, one of the four laws of behavior change, make it obvious. If you can't see it and you're not yet good at, knowing what to do next in your morning routine, making things obvious for yourself, so then that way you don't have to try and remember it, because you don't want to be holding information in your brain remembering things, when you can use little tools like this, a task card, to help prompt you. So I will show you the other ways you can use this, but for me, I keep all these little tabs on the actual card itself, and then just have it on my desk to help remind me. Now, I do have a full tutorial of this in my YouTube channel. So let me see if I can pop that on the screen. And so that's the link, but I'll make sure I also put it in my bio on Instagram. But follow me on YouTube and it'll be there. So let's get to it and update this new one. Hello, Labradoodle Dandy. How are you? Gail is here in the house from Vancouver, Washington. I can't stay too long, but happy to catch a live. Thank you so much, Gail. Nice to see you. And everybody else who is here live in the chat, please don't be shy. Keep me company at 3:31 a.m. on a very early Sunday morning. Okay, so we spoke about the sticky note flags. So you've got these ones here. There's 7. That width, let me see what the width is. In centimeters, the thicker one is about 8 millimeter, and then the skinnier one is about 5 millimeter or 6 millimeter. And so these are from Daiso, but you can get these anywhere. So your local stationery stores, and you can go and pick the different colorways that goes with your thing. Now, bear with me for a second. I'm just going to move my camera so it is a little bit closer. So then it's actually in the middle. So I'm facing you and then it's here. So then that way, let me see. So I'm showing you, yep, that's in the middle. Whew. Okay, because that's going to bug me. I'll be doing this and I'm off camera. Okay, so for the labels, I am using the Dymo LetraTag label maker. This is in my Amazon US storefront, so just check that out. Link is in the bio. I do have many other label makers. This is the Make ID Q1. So, and then there is the Nimbot B21. So I have many different label makers available. Because I just love making labels and they look so cute on the desk. So I'm going to turn that on. And this particular one, you can have different size font, extra small, small, medium, and large. And you can also have it in bold, italic, and outline. But for this purpose, I think I'm just going to choose, let me see. This is, the font of this is small. And will that fit? Let me see. I may do extra small font, because the small font here, if I put it on the skinnier sticky label, it doesn't give enough. So I'm just going to format, size, okay, and there you can see small. So I'm going to do the other way, extra small. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my habit tracker and go down the list and then print or type in all the different AM routines that I have. Now, instead of just, if you do have one of these or similar label maker, if you have quite a few labels that you are going to make them all at the same time, glass of water. So then that way, because what happens is when it prints a little bit of a margin at the beginning and it prints a little bit margin at the end. And so if you don't want to waste your labels, because the labels can get quite expensive too, have print or type a lot of them to print out. And then to help you give a little bit of space in between each one, and you can cut in the middle, I just do 2 spaces, so like a double space to separate. So I've got glass of water. I'm going to take the pill, 2 spaces. I'm going to do the high five, which is, like I said, based on Mel Robbins, 5-second rule, or high-fiving yourself in the morning to give you that positive affirmation, and also to break that circuit of, oh, dreary morning. Oh, I don't want to get up. So it's just a really good way to acknowledge yourself and how good you are, and be grateful that you have a morning to wake up to. So I want to incorporate that, because sometimes I do wake up feeling like, oh, I'm no good. I haven't done enough. So this is really the high-fiving gives you a good sense of upload content. Typing and talking at the same time is not one of my fortes. Okay, so then once I print this out, I'll be able to explain the other routines that I have that I want to do as part. So it does, if you do type a lot, it'll say that too many. So I'll just delete that, and then if you press the print button, it'll print it for you. Hello, Elle. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so let me quickly go back. All right, so that's just printing out. The label that I have here is the clear label with black ink, but you can get white label. I think that you can also, for the Dymo Letratag label maker, you can also get labels that are washable. So if you've got the kids and you need to put their name at the back of their jackets, back on their pencil case, you can also do that. So it's very tiny, but that should fit nicely. I'm going to cut the excess tape around it. That should fit nicely on this skinnier sticky note. And now I'm going to use this pen style scissors. So this comes really handy. It's portable. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your pencil case if you need to, you're out and about. I'll also put the link of that in my on YouTube live. So I've got the US Amazon US storefront. It is an affiliate link. So I bought this, so then that way I have a pair of scissors. It has a cover. So then that way you don't stab yourself when you're trying to grab it from your pencil case or your pouch. And then the little lever here just unlocks the scissors, the blades, and then you can cut away. Okay, so I'm just going to go and cut, I think, to help me. So you just cut off the excess. And then I'm going to go and divide each label. So I've got drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, take the pill, high five myself in the mirror, do my meditation, mood log, read my book, upload content on Instagram or YouTube, my walking pad, and then I'm just going to type the rest of it because it had too many characters. So the old ones will still be on memory. So you just press the back button and then that'll erase everything you had before. Now I think there is another Dymo handheld label maker where you can make it so then you can print one on top of another. So that's a good one if you didn't want to, or if you want to use up the tape, because I know for me I'm going to be cutting the excess clear label. So where did I get up to? Walking pad, AM skincare. So double space, so then to give me a little bit of space to cut in between, have my breakfast. Now you probably go, Marianne, why do you need to be prompted to have breakfast? Because I do forget, and then it'll be like 11 o'clock and then I'll get all snappy and cranky. And then, my husband will go, have you had breakfast? And it's like, have you had something to eat? And I went, no, I'm busy. Leave me alone. And so that is why I need to have reminder to have breakfast. And then, like I said, do a 5-minute. So this button here, insert, you can insert symbols and then you say okay. So then if you just toggle, you can go get numbers. Oh, does this have numbers? Oh no, pardon me, the number button is there. So let's just cancel that button, not for the number. Okay, and where's the number? So 5 here, I'm going to put 5 and then space, take that off the number, and then it goes back to the alphabet. So I'm just going to put 5-minute tidy up. Hopefully it'll fit on my sticky label. So I'll print the rest of the labels, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to reuse my plastic sheet. So these are just offcuts from laminated sheets because we are a homeschooling household. I have a laminating machine. I have a, so what size font? Hi KF, KFlow. What size and font is this? So from the Dymo Lettratag label maker, it is so I'm just going to put size. So it was the extra small. Okay, so let me do a comparison. So on a 5 or 6 millimeter with sticky note flag, I'm printing the extra small. So then it gives me a nice little space top and bottom. The small one on I think this is an 8 millimeter with sticky note flag, of course, it's just that tiny little bit bigger because I want to be able to fit 11 of these on this plastic card. So I'm just going to take off all the old ones. This one, the size of this card, so as I said, this is, an offcut from a laminated project that I had. Or don't throw away any offcuts that you have if you do lots of laminating. Or what you can do is, if you have any plastic packaging that has a nice sturdy plastic on it, hold on to it. For those people who are crafty and always see things like, don't throw that because I'll find a way to use it. And then what I do is then I just get either a credit card or a store card, and just measure the width, measure the length, and then, cut it to size. And then what I did with a corner chomper, I just rounded off the corners. So then that way it is not going to stab you, all right? So there we go. So the size of a credit card or a debit card with the corners rounded off. And then I'm going to use that to place my labels. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So this was inspired by Maddie Plans on Instagram, so do check her out. And I'm not sure if she sells this, she makes them and sells them as well, like you can customize. So do check out whether she still has them available. But if you are, handy and you got all the tools that you need, you can make it yourself. Now, what I do, so then that way, I've just put the, blue tack. What do you guys call it in the US? What are blue tacks? So in Australia, we call it blue tack. And then you can either grab yourself a little cutting board that has grid, or you can even you know, grab a grid paper to help you align your sticky note flags. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of blue tack at the back to then just keep it in place. Okay, so let me see if I can put this nice and straight on the cutting board. I'm just going to pop that. See, it's just a little blue tack just there. So then that way it keeps it in place. So the first thing that I've got is drink a glass of water. So I've got my label here. And then I'm going to cut the excess tape top and bottom, but before I do, I think it's the same. So Elle says blue tack is also called blue tack in the US. I've heard, I think blue tack is here in Australia anyway, is the brand name. So but you know how it's synonymous, like same things like with Kleenex, with tissue paper, or Hoover for vacuum, it becomes the name of the product. So I've just taken the top. So yeah, so the clear tape with the backing, it's conveniently slicky tack or sticky tack. Yeah, so I think sticky tack was the thing I've seen around. So thank you, Jody. I've heard sticky tack, yes. So Bikini Girl Bound also says I've heard sticky tack as well. Yeah, so sticky tack, blue tack, or anything really that just keeps your plastic in place so it's not moving about, especially if you are going to help you align on a grid backing. So I've just taken off the top half of the backing paper, going to use my scissors to cut off the excess, grab my precision tweezers, so then that way I don't put my fingerprints, although I do sometimes put my fingerprints all over the backing. Let me see, grab that and then cut the rest of the excess. This just makes it nice and clean when you are putting it on your, now of course it's going to be harder to cut it off without the backing. I normally cut it with the backing still in place. So, but sometimes what happens is because I'm holding onto the corners of the sticky tab, it loses its stickiness. So then I'm just going to grab the first sticky note flag, and then I'm just going to first pop it down here so I can just have it in place. And then find the middle. There's the middle. And then I'm trying to do this. Normally my head would be right on top to be able to go and see it. So there we are. When you do peel your sticky flag, try and peel it like sideways rather than that way, so then it doesn't curl up. So let's see. Let me pop this first at the top here, and then trying to line it up. Okay, glass of water. So first thing, ideally, I want to do first thing in the morning is drink a glass of water. And according to Mel Robbins and the research, that drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning and not drinking coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker, and I drink a lot throughout the day, probably because I'm up at 3 a.m. And so that's probably why I drink too much coffee. But I have found that I have it, like I've been drinking water as first thing in the morning, probably I started doing that on the 15th. I've only drank maybe instead of the 2 to 3, throughout the day, I've just drank the 1 to 2. So maybe it does work. Hey, I will trust the scientist and all the research. All right, so then the second one, and then go down the line. So then later on when I start to place all of the sticky note flags, and if I run out of space, then I'll just, move it and eyeball, so then it's nicely spaced. Trying to do this and not have my head on top of, block the camera. So maybe I'll just put 1, 2, 3, which way I was going, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me know, has anyone seen or heard this task card tool for your planning? So yeah, I think I heard the first time saw this. I said, inspired by 1, 2, 3, 4. Inspired by Maddie Plans of Instagram. And so the way I am using it, I keep all the sticky note flags on the task card. I'll show you once I've got this another way you can do it. So a lot of these habits that I have on here, I already do habitually, but what I use them for is I use them to help me stack on. So it's called habit stacking. I use it to stack on new habits or habits that I want to get better at. So it's sort of like a snowball effect, right? So once I've done this, I will do this. Once I've drank water, I'm going to take the pill. Once I've taken the pill, I'm going to meditate. Once I've meditated, I'm going to read my book. Once I read my book, I'm going to do this. So it helps, have that snowball effect. Hello, Yvonne. Nice to see you. How are you, my dear friend? Thank you so much for joining me. And so this sticky note flag set has, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and I have 11 habits in the morning that I want to, go through. So I've been doing the morning routine. Sorry, I'm trying to see which one's next. The morning routine consistently. Doesn't mean I have to do all of it each and every time. But what I have found is when I don't do my morning routine, then I just feel like a little bit lost. I feel a bit, out of whack. It's sort of like a misstep, So here I've run out of space. So what I'll do later off camera is I'll squish the sticky labels closer together, and then that way the 11 of them fit. Okay, Susan, hello. This is a new idea to me, but I think I like it. Yes, so it's really a great opportunity. So if you have any type of routine or any things that you want to remember, use a task card. So here's a self-care task card. So if I'm trying to think up, as part of my self-care routine for the week, what sort of thing can I do this week as part of my self-care routine that will give me an hour or so for me? I did my nails before I came on. Right, maybe face mask, maybe a foot spa, maybe you go for a long walk to the shops and go to the stationery or bookstore and just go wander the aisle, up and down the aisle, and not be bothered by your kids going, hurry up, Mom, come on, we're bored, right? Watch a movie, so for yourself. So task cards are there to help prompt you. So then, because the thing is, you do not want to be using your brain capacity to be remembering these things. That is why our planner is there for us to, figure out what do we need to do for the day? What's our tasks? What's our to-do list? What appointments do we have? What events do we have? What bills need to get paid? What meal should I be cooking for dinner? Right? Because it helps remind us. We don't have to worry throughout the whole day going, all right, I got to go cook chicken parmigiana for dinner tonight. I got to go, it's there to help us. So all the tools that we can give ourselves to help remind ourselves and then give our brain the full capacity to be creative, to spend time to nurture it by either reading or learning. That's what it's for. So prompt cards like this, do-it-yourself task cards like this, is a great way to remind you and say, it's like your little nudge, Hey, Marianne, you haven't drunk your glass of water in the morning. You might want to do that. Hey, Marianne, by when you do meditation, it helps calm down your anxiety. It helps you have a positive affirmation or, reframe your negative thinking. Hey, Marianne, you haven't noted down your mood. So if you wake up cranky, if you wake up sad, you wake up frustrated, why? Why am I sad? Why am I frustrated? And then you go, oh, well, of course, something sad happened yesterday. Of course, something annoying happened, right? So, not noting down your mood in the morning helps you acknowledge it. It's neither good nor bad. It's just a message to say, you're feeling this way because something crappy yesterday happened, or, traffic was bad, or you forgot your umbrella when it's, and it's raining. So then you sort of, once you've acknowledged so there's the mood. So that's my morning routine. So once you acknowledge your mood in the morning, you then go, well, what can I do to either make myself feel better, or if you're having a brilliant morning, what else can I do to make today a great day? And then you put that in your planner. You go, well, today I've had emotional, or, yes, I woke up feeling emotionally drained. So, guess what I need to do to make myself feel better? I'm not going to put too much tasks on my plate. Or if there are a lot of tasks and to dos that I had, planned the day before, I'm just going to look at 1 to 2 things. And then that way, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself, and I'm not going to get overwhelmed. I'm not going to feel anxious. I'm going to make sure I'm taking my breaks. I'm going to make sure I go out for a walk, for get some fresh air. And then by planning ahead, you respond better rather than react. And I know if I don't know why, I'll go, okay, why am I short tempered suddenly? Why am I feeling crappy? Like something, little is pissing me off, something on the floor, or the cupboards and drawers not getting closed. When any other time, it doesn't bother me. And then I'll go, why am I feeling cranky? Why am I snapping at my children suddenly? And then I'll go, oh, well, it's going to be that time of the month. Okay, I get it. All right, what do I need to do? I need to make sure that I am drinking water. I'm going to make sure I am taking lots of breaks in between my tasks. So it helps. The morning routine really should be tasks and to-dos and habits. That is, did I take the bottom? Oh, I haven't taken the back. The tasks, your morning routine should be things that is for you. This is not when you do your emails. This is not when you reply to, text messages. Because what happens when you reply to emails and text messages, you're putting importance on other people's agenda, right? And then when you start doing that, and or if you're looking at your phone and the news, then of course, the news sometimes can be lots of bad news, and we don't want to turn our backs on what's happening in the world, right? But go and set yourself up for success first. Look after yourself, because if we're looking after ourselves, then we're in a better position to look after others. Right, so that thing that they say, put your oxygen mask on first. Your morning routine, right? Whatever you're going to want to do for your morning routine. Now, I do have lots of little, steps that I have, but for those of you that may be new to morning routines, have only 1 or 2 things on there. You don't have to have like, oh my God, I have to have all these things. You maybe have a think, what is it that you already do in the morning that you don't even think about? Okay, so that could be showering. That's why, do you know how they say you get all the best ideas when you're in the shower? Why? Because you don't have to go and think, condition my hair, shampoo my hair, wash my body, wash my back, right? You're not thinking, because it's habitual, means you have done this repetitively, that you no longer have to think about it. So, like brushing your teeth. Well, what can you do while brushing your teeth? Maybe you can think up of something you're grateful for. So, look, gratitude helps you look for positive things. See, now the small font, the little backing, it's harder to peel now. Okay, so this one for me, because I am a content creator here on Instagram and here on YouTube, wherever you're watching me at the moment, that time of the morning is, when that's going to bug me. People, that's going to bug me. But if I take that off, it might. Oh, can I save it? Can I save it? See, you know how, for those of you that have hung around with me, I always go, doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be 100%, but, I have built a habit of, oh, I did it again. Look, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. Okay. We're going to do it, leave it. Yvonne says, doing great. I am good, feeling peppy on a Sunday, very early morning. I love it. I love it. Love you guys making sure you are acknowledging each other. Susan, well, I asked, do you keep the cards in the front of your planner or move them each day like a bookmark? Susan, I'll let you know different ways, the way I use it, and then different ways you can use it as well. So let me star that, so then I remember to go back to it. Gail, the Labradoodle Dandy, says, I love all these mental vitamins. Yes, and I do see a big difference when I don't, do my morning routine. And sometimes I don't get to do them, because first thing in the morning, if you're going away, first thing in the morning, you might have to go to the airport, or you might, if you've got work projects, you might have to go into work early. So it's not as if that it has to be done each and every day. If you can, of course, even better. Now I've just put all my fingerprints on it. But if you do it consistently, it's like your if you're reading on a consistent basis, it's just like when you're exercising, right? It'll help you be okay. So this one is go on my walking pad. So what I do, here's my very technical and scientific way of finding the middle of something. Hang on a tick. Is to just put two fingers in the side and then pop them together, and that's where the middle is, around about. All right, so that's how I find the middle of things. Okay, so walking pad. What's the next thing? I think I still have the thing on my label maker. So the Dymo Electrotag has this little cut button that then cuts off the label for you. Okay, now what's the next one? Morning skincare, breakfast, and then a 5-minute tidy up. So let's just go do the skincare, and making sure I'm quite bad at doing my skincare. Can I say that? Like in the evening, I'll go to bed without washing my face, because I don't wear makeup much now. Really, the only time I pop on makeup is when I go out, and which is not as often, and then sometimes on my my Monday, for those of you in the North America or Northern Hemisphere, your Sunday afternoon or evening, when I go on my live stream. And so most times, I'm at home, so I'm not out and about, getting dusty face or anything like that. But I have to make sure I look after my skin, because sometimes vanity gets the best of me, and I'll go, oh, my wrinkles, this and that. So I'm much better at it now. Oh my goodness! I now can say in my 50s. In now that I'm 50, I'm much better at it in my 40 and 50 than I was in my teens or in my 20s and 30s. Okay, one of these days I'll get this backing tape off. Ugh. So yeah, because I'm using the extra small font on the Dymo Lettratag Maker, and I am cutting the excess tape around the printed text, it is a little bit harder to take the backing. But if you have it the normal and you've got maybe bigger font, the backing is split in the middle, so then you can go and take it off a lot easier. Now I did take off the backing and then cut it with scissors, but then of course the tape stuck to the scissors, so I'm just cutting it while the backing is still on there. So actually, Susan, I'm going to answer that question, so because you might not, you might have to jump off, but do you keep the cards in the front of your planner or move them each day like a bookmark? Okay, so the way I use them for the moment is I have it on my desk. I have it here, as you can see. I have this little pen holder and task card holder. This wooden contraption is from Minimal Desk Setup. You can buy it. There's a block and then I think a pencil, and then they have different cards, a habit tracker card, a weekly task card, and some, oh, I can't remember the other one. So different cards. But what I use it for is I have my Hobonichi basic stencil sitting there because I use that all the time. Here's a task card that I have for getting things done for my weekly checklist of what things to make sure I'm on top of my planning. And this is where we are. Let's pretend this is my morning routine. I have that there. So then I was saying earlier, according to James Clear's book Atomic Habits, one of the 4 laws of behavior change is to make things obvious, right? So if you have a planner and it's on the shelf, you ain't going to use it. If you have a planner and it's closed off, you're not going to use it as often. So I do have these, my morning routine on my habit tracker as well. Okay, so my habit tracker lives in my, let me see. Ooh, I can't reach it. I'm only got short hands. Lives in my A5 planner. And majority of the time, my A5 planner is open to my weekly spread or it's open to my daily spread. So then my habits and routines in the morning are not visible because that's not the thing that's opened on my desk. So sometimes I'll forget. It'll be, I'll be scrolling through my phone and then a half an hour's gone by, and then of course I don't get to do my reading, I don't get to do my meditation, and then because I got to get the day started. And so what the task card is great for, and the way I use it, is I keep it on the little plastic sheet or plastic card. Make sure get all my blue tack off. It's all sticky, right? And then for me, the way I use it now, because a lot of these things I do habitually, is then I just have this on my desk. So I'll have it there. It's visible, and then I'll just go through the list. Okay, what's next? All right, I need to go and do my mood log. Okay, after that, what do I need to do? I'm going to go read my book. Okay, what's next? So then that way I don't have to use my mental capacity to try and remember everything that I need to do as part of my morning routine. So that's one way. Okay, the other ways, let me just clean up as you go. So if you have a planner that has those card pockets, that's also another way you can have it handy. Again, it's no use if it's just stuck in your in the pockets and you're not looking at it. Or, okay, let me just, here we go. Get rid of that. Let's get back to the desk. Okay, so here we are. Now, if you have a pocket, trying not to bump the microphone. Okay, so if you have here I've got my other things. Do I have another one somewhere? No. Okay, so let's say this is not full of my cards because I use this Hobonichi cover with my A6 Muji notebook in there as my wallet as well. So I have all my store cards and all my personal cards in there. But let's say you don't have all of this. I in my other planners, I used to have these task card listed there. So then I'd pull it out, and then I would go when I'm doing my planning. So let's just say I may have to reach for my planner. Okay, let me clear a little bit of space on my desk. So let us have a look. Let me see if I can do. All right. So in my planner, let's say, okay, all right, I'm planning the next day. What do I need to do? All right, so today, all right, what do I need to do? Go into my Sunday and then go, all right, I've got to plan my day, I've got to plan my morning. And then I would keep the card as is and then write down the habits and routines that I am either try like a new habit that I'm incorporating into my daily activities, or if there's a habit that I want to get better at, like, working out. Those are the ones that I either put as a top priority or I'll time block it. So normally I time block, get outside in the afternoon and get some fresh air. Okay, so that's another way. So that's the second way you would use a task card to help prompt you on what things to do. First one is to keep it on your desk so it's always visible on a little you can even maybe if you have a magnetic thing that you can clip on, or if you have those little photo clip things. Let me see if I can find one of those. I have one handy. Make sure I don't go and trip myself with wires. Hang on a tick. Okay. These things, these little photo thingy bobbies, right? You can even have that, and then have that, clipped on like that. I don't want to clip it on my little task card flag there. Let me go back to the other one so it's easier, right? So you can have it on your desk, a little photo clip like that. Magnetize it to your computer screen if you can do that. So that's one. The other one, pop it in your pocket of your planner to keep it handy. So then when you are planning your day, you're planning your week, you're writing down what habits and routines that you want to do. Or the other thing is, if, for example, this is a true example, I am not that good yet at making sure I'm adding a good workout to my day. Oh, I do work out in the afternoon. So for me, let's say I forget to do my walking, walk for 10 minutes on my walking pad. The other way is you take the sticky note flag, instead of writing it day in, day out, week in, week out, you'll just pop that on your daily spread to help remind you. Whoops, the other way. Daily spread to help remind you. Oh, Marianne, you said you were going to do a walking pad. Is that zooming? Yep. Right. So you do that and go and write it, sticky it there. Or if you wanted, instead of having it on the actual page, if you have a clear divider like this one, you can just pop it there and it's always there. It's reminding you, go on the walking pad, go on the walking pad, go on the walking pad, and get your step counts up. So those are just 3 different ways you can use the task card to help prompt you to do the things that are important to you. Okay, hopefully Susan, hopefully you're still here and you're able to hear that answer, but that is how I use these do-it-yourself task cards. Now the sticky blue tack is on my cutting board. Let's quickly have a look who is here in the chat. Hi, Luana. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Anita, hello, hello. Anita loves my videos. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for that. I love it. Labradoodle Dandies Gail says, is that sheet available in your shop? Is that the daily one page? Is that what I showed you? Or the 2-page plan? I'll go back and have a look. So the daily 2-page planner printable is in my shop. So 2 per page daily, I think, is what I have called it. So yeah, I love my 2-page. And so let me know, Gail, if this is the one you were referring to, or was it the habit tracker? Let me know. I'm catching up on the comments. So this one has 2, as the name suggests, 2 dailies per page. 2 dailies per page. I think I'm getting my words all mixed up, right? So it has a time blocking on there. So from 6 to 10, time blocking. It has a little grid for your top 1, 2, or 3 priorities that you want to do. It has enough space for all your tasks and to-dos for the day. It has a little water tracker. So if you want to, one of your goals is to make sure you are hydrating yourself. All right. So the 2 per page. And the great thing with this that I'm finding is then you can still have enough space to embellish it, because then I do also have a a daily per page, 1 page daily. My grammar is is there you go. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Maybe I need to drink water. My daily 1-page spread, let me see if I still have that available anywhere. Is for me, it's like the 1 page is too big. It's like too many. I know I won't get to fill it in. So the 2 per page daily allows me to have enough space for my time blocking, enough space for my priority, and still be able to put washi tape, stickers, and create nice little positive affirmations for my day. Okay, so let's say, for example, this is my Saturday. Okay, so then I go, you know what, it's important that I go and do my 5-minute tidy up. And if I didn't have this on my desk visible, and let's say it's in the card pocket, I will either take that off and pop it there. So then that way, if the things you don't want to rewrite over and over again, you can use the sticky note flags to help remind you and pop it on your daily or weekly spread. And then if you are plan on a weekly basis, then what you just do is go, all right, 5-minute tidy up. Let's say today's Thursday. Okay, on the Friday, let's move it to Friday. Okay, let's move it to Saturday, Sunday. Now, of course, if you are removing the sticky note flags and replacing it, the stickiness does, it does come off. And sometimes the color of the, as you can see here, the color on the sticky note flags, see how it comes off? So then I just make a new one for that. All right, so that's my morning routine. So let's have a look. Susan says, that is genius. I have been listing all of my routines in my planner each day, checking them off in a separate tracker. I like this much better than rewriting each day. Look, for me, Susan, I also go and I have my habit tracker. I have my daily task card. I remind myself on the my daily and my weekly as well. So for me, the art of writing it down, over and over again, it's not just about well, first of all, it helps me remind me. I retain the information. Doesn't mean I do it all the time, but it's just and the act of writing my list, writing my plan. I just don't do it as part of the productivity or the planning. I actually use it as part of my self-care. Practicing my penmanship, writing down, finding stickers, finding, a nice little positive affirmation quote. I use it because sometimes, it can be a bit much. Marianne, you have it in your habit tracker. You have it in your daily task card. You'll write it in your weekly. You'll write it in your daily. But the act is not just about, for me, the act is not just about writing the tasks and to-do list over and over again. It's actually a mindful practice because I am taking time for myself to go slow down, write it down. So, of course, if you don't have a lot of time to be writing things over and over again, you have to try and figure out, well, what's the top priority for me? Is the top priority is just getting my, having a prompt of the things I need to do? Or is it also about taking that 5 minutes in the morning, writing it down again and again? So I have all these things that help remind me, not just because I'm forgetful or I need to get reminded over and over again. I like the act of writing things down and on each day setting, it's like a new page, turning the page to a new day. If I didn't do as well with my habits the day before, it's a fresh start. I get to do it again. I get to go, right, let's do our morning routine. Right, let's try and get outside for a walk. Right, let's try and spend some 5 minutes cleaning and tidying up the house. So it is a genius way of not having to write it over and over again. So that's one, but also I like the act of writing things down. Hello, I'm Poundfish Steph. Plannerettes Assemble. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your clarification. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you asking the question because this is where it's really great to be part of a planner community like ours is, some things you go, I didn't even think of that. Like this, I didn't even think of it until I saw it. Remember, this was inspired by Maddie Plants on Instagram. So she's popped onto my page, and then the way I explain the different ways to use it, she goes, oh, that's a really good way of explaining how to use a task card like this. So I appreciate you asking the question. Hello, hey, the themes healing, hang on, the Amethysts Healing. Sometimes the handle that we have on Instagram with the letters, the Amethysts Healing. How are you? Nice to see you. K-Flex, hello. Okay, where do you get the task cards, Marianne? These are laminated sheet. Yvonne? It's my offcuts from, when I make my clear divided tabs. Sometimes I'll go and, so it's just, if you have a laminating machine and you've got the laminated sheet. So the laminated sheets that I buy are just your standard 80 microns. So that's the thickness of the plastic. And so then when it gets heated and goes through the laminating machine, see, it's right. It's thick enough, it's sturdy enough to withstand, you handling it over and over again. Some, so I think this one was a thin, what do you call it, laminated sheet. And so look, it's flimsy, it loses its shape, okay? So this one is just laminated sheets run through a laminating machine. But guess what? You don't have to buy a laminating machine or laminated sheet to get plastic. Anytime you get plastic in your packaging, if you, from the kids' toys, from if you buy any things that have like a nice plastic sheet, cut it and then keep it handy. If you're an arts and crafts person, I'm sure you have a little folder with all the different card stocks that you reuse, repurpose. So yeah, this is just a laminated sheet run through a laminating machine. These are part of my offcuts because, you know, I'm like I mentioned earlier, we are a homeschooling household. So that's why I have a laminating machine already. So for those who may not have, just go and, or the other thing that you can do is if clear divided tabs that you can actually, you know, buy. um, I always scour like the stationery stores and look for, let me see if I can find something else that you can use. Okay, right. So sometimes I go, you know, if there's a thickness of, this is a document envelope, clear document envelope. Okay, right. And I just use that. So I think, you know, for a couple of dollars, you can get 10 sheets. And so then, look, right, you know, just cut that to size. So again, a credit card size or store, you know, those your store cards. So then that way, measure the length, measure the width, cut it with, you know, if you have a paper trimmer, or if you have a cutting board and a craft knife. Be very careful though. Make sure you're nice and sturdy and keep your fingers out of the way. So you can also get document sheets. Now there are again different thickness. So this one is probably the flimsier one, right? So depending on the thickness, you can get different thickness. Those clear dividers or those colored dividers also make great little plastic cards. Colorful ones might be great to keep it all pretty. And let me just, okay, so yeah, so this one here, as you can see, I think this is just a thin plastic, and so it's lost its shape. So just the normal laminated ones for that one. And yes, hope you are well too, Steph. The habit tracker. Okay. Oh, so the habit tracker, this one is the blank version. So then you can have, you know, there's no, because the other ones have the habit tracker, but this is part of the V4 blank planner bundle, but the other ones have habit tracker on it. So if you just go to my shop at mariannecrest.com, so where are you? You're Gail, you are on YouTube, so let me pop it on YouTube. So there's my link. But if you go and type in the search habit tracker, you can get ones with different font that says habit tracker. But this particular one, the blank version, and you can just you know, put whatever title you want on there, is part of the V4 planner bundle. So it's a full month's worth. But yeah, so the habit tracker ones are fine too. But I have made a blank version for those who are in different countries and, you know, want to title their planner pages in a different language. So hopefully if you come back and watch, it is in my shop. Hello, Jewish Planner Mum Lauren. Nice to see you. How are you? What size are the task cards? So credit card size. So just grab whatever credit card size you have. Let me see if I can go and measure it right now. So the width, if this is in centimeters or millimeters, about 55 millimeter width. And then the length is 85 millimeter. So then just cut it to size, but just grab one of your cards. And because then the reason why I do it on the credit card size is then it fits, you know, the pockets of if your planner has pockets, it fits it nicely and you don't have to try and guess the correct dimensions. Elle loves it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning. I swapped over to YouTube. Hello in the YouTube land. Okay, let's have a look. So that is me updating my morning routine task card. I have already thrown away the old ones, but I wanted to introduce, I think I had 7 originally. Where did I put it? Here we go. I had 7, but I have added 4 extra new habits and routine. That's gonna bug me. That's dirty. With the sticky. I'll get a let me see. What do I have? Let me see if I can grab. I discovered this trick. You know, if you have any sticky residue, grab a sticky tape that has and then you use it. I don't think this is good enough. It's not sticky enough. You use it to go and lift the sticky residue. So you know how sometimes retail stores, when they put their stickers and their labels, and then when you peel it off, it has the sticky backing off it, and then you just go So if you grab something that's sticky, it lifts off without having that sticky residue. So that's my little tip for the day. Okay, so the things that I am adding to my morning routine that's different from how I started January is the glass. So this is based on the podcast I watched recently from Mel Robbins. I'll make sure in YouTube in the description I pop that podcast link. I think she says 6 habits to include in your morning routine. So one of them that I'm including, which is new, is first thing in the morning, drink a glass of water and hold off from drinking coffee if you're a coffee drinker for about an hour or 90 minutes after you wake up. So for me, one of the first things I would make in the morning when I wake up is make my coffee. And then the glass of water, what that'll do is then it'll actually help you not drink. So she tells it better, of course, with the research and the studies that she has, done. So glass of water. So that's a new thing that I'm doing. I drink water anyway, but not as the first thing in the morning. So that's done. So I take the pill. The other new thing that I'm doing based on Mel Robbins' 5-second rule, or the high five theory, is giving yourself a high five in the mirror. And so she says, no talking, just look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a high five. And so I actually this is from Daiso. I have bought a mirror. And then this one has a magnet. So I bought this mirror as part of our homeschooling for when we're doing emotions with my son when he was little. So then he could see what his face looks like when he is sad, happy. And then we talk about, what physically, how it looks, your smile, your mouth is upturned. But so I had this handy. So I went, it's got a magnet at the back. So this was from Daiso. So I just actually have that magnetized on one of the poles, stands that I have for the camera. So high-fiving yourself. So then this gives you an opportunity to acknowledge how good you are and how wonderful you are. Because for me, I know sometimes the first thing that I do when I look at myself in the mirror in the morning is like, oh, you're looking tired. Oh, you're looking old. Oh, you're looking you're looking haggard. Oh, and so I'm critical of myself. So according to Mel Robbins, high-fiving yourself gives you that opportunity to acknowledge that you are doing great, that you are, you to be grateful that you're here. Don't have to say a word, so you just look at yourself in the mirror, and then normally I go, I'll smile, because when you high-five someone, you know how when you're high-fiving someone, yay, great work, good work, everybody, oh, great job, right? You have this positive energy. So according to Mel Robbins, high-fiving yourself in the morning in the mirror will give you that boost, that positiveness, and help you either stop any negative thinking like that, oh my god, wrinkles, or my skin, or my jowls, all that stuff. Eliminate that and just go, well done, you woke up today, you've got you've got a great day ahead of you. So that's high-fiving. So that's a new one that I'm going to add into my morning routine. And then like I said, meditate. using the Headspace app. So I just use a guided meditation, breathe for 1 minute. And then every day there's different things that help me keep positive and practice the art of mindfulness. And then I write down my mood for the day. So then writing down your mood helps you acknowledge how you feel, why you feel that way, and what it is that you can do to make yourself feel better. So I use an A6 lined notebook. So it's just a plain, this is from Muji, and just embellished it with lots of happy planner transparent stickers at the front. So this is just what it is, plain. And then I write down my mood in the morning. So I divide the page in half, just pencil a line in the middle, and then of course I get to use my what are they called? My highlighters, my zebra mild liners, and then again the writing and making things colorful, and then outlining each letter is in itself a self-care mindfulness activity, because I have to go concentrate in the moment, right? So Monday, the month, the thing, I add sticker to say how I'm feeling. Today I feel this because of this, and to make myself feel better, I'll do this, and then also write down what I am grateful for. So I do this normally either in a notebook like this, because I like to write a little bit more. So then it's nice to look back, and then for those days that maybe you are not feeling as good, you then get to go, why aren't I feeling good? Oh yeah, well, because this happened. Of course that's why I feel that way. It's justifiable, right? Or I have it the other way. I write down my mood is in my well-being planner spread. So then I write down here how I'm feeling. So you don't have to have like long sentences of or long journal entries. It could just be, I'm feeling crappy because the alarm didn't go off and now I'm late. So to make myself feel better is I'm just going to take my time, don't rush, because I know for me, when I rush, more things will go wrong, right? So just take my time, do the best I can. I can't control that now I'm late, but I know that if I rush even more, I'll forget my keys, or I'll trip, or I'll whatever it is. So it allows you, it gives you an opportunity. Writing down your moods in the morning gives you an opportunity to respond to it rather than react, okay? So that's another morning routine that I do, okay? And then to make sure I am nurturing my brain, because reading or learning, or maybe learning a new craft. So anything that helps your mental capacity. Of course, research is showing that if you keep your mind active, then later down the track, it either helps reduce or avoid any of things like dementia or is it Alzheimer's? So these different things, right? So keep your mind active. I upload a content either on Instagram or YouTube. I add movement into my day. So I normally do 10 minutes on the walking pad, listening to a podcast or catching up on YouTube stuff. And then AM skincare, breakfast, and then do a tidy up. And like I said, I keep this task card, prompt card. For me, the way I use it is I keep it on my desk. So here it lives on my little wooden block that has little slits on it that I can go put that there. And then if I have other task cards, then I can just swap it over. So task cards essentially are a great prompt, great reminder, so then you don't have to try and remember everything to do the things that you have said are important to you, that will help you have a nice, balanced, and calm morning. Set yourself up for success in the day by doing things for you, right? You see here, well, the upload content, that's probably, because I'm a content creator, that's probably not me-centered. However, it does bring me joy, by sharing the things that I've done with my planning, sharing my tips, sharing my hacks, or sharing, my whatever story I have for the day. So for me, even though it is part of my work uploading content, it does also bring me a lot of joy. So that is me updating my do it yourself task card. If you are here on Instagram, make sure to follow me and double tap if you've liked, or share. I'll make sure to pop this replay on Instagram, but you can also then subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's there, and really helps me if you do like and share my content. It just tells whatever platform I'm on that, hey, other people are liking her stuff, so maybe others will like that too. And of course, you can get free printables from me and by signing up to my email newsletter. So if you love freebies, and if you do have A5 planners, or you can also print it for Happy Planner Classic or your letter size ring bound planner, just go check this QR code, or go to my, if you're on Instagram, link in my bio. But yeah, so I do appreciate you so much. Yvonne says this is a great learning video. So yeah, so just some fun stuff, I learn a lot of things, and I get inspired by seeing things from other planners or other community members. And so, hey, if I found it helpful, I'm sure others will find it helpful too. And anything that makes our life a little bit easier, hey, isn't that great? And also, fun, creative stuff helps bring joy to your day, and adding creativity also gives you those happy boosts. So I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. I think, what time did I go on? I went on at 3:20 a.m. It is now 4:41 a.m. here in Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you again next time. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.